Nosferatu, directed by Robert Eggers. Just the name alone conjures up images of Gothic castles and shadowy figures and eerie silence. It's the remake of a classic, of course, but does this remake hold a candle to either the original 1922 silent film, or there's been many, but let's just say Werner Herzog's 1979 remake with Klaus Kinski? Let's talk about that. And I'll also share why I walked out of the theater feeling, I don't know, indifferent. First off, Nosferatu is one of the most iconic horror stories ever told. The original from 1922 set the tone for what Gothic horror would become, with its black and white imagery, expressionist style, and, the unforgettable silhouette creeping up the stairs. Then, of course, there's Werner Herzog's 1979 remake, which to me is still the gold standard. I mean, Klaus Kinski's performance as the vampire is almost untouchable. I do love what Bill Skarsgård did in this Robert Eggers version, but Kinski's performance is so haunting and moving and beautiful, and Popol Vuh's film score, I don't know that there's any other film score that's captured dread and mystique and beauty and darkness as much as that one. Now, visually, there were some moments that I really, really liked. There was a scene where Nosferatu's hand is sticking either out of the window or he's perched somewhere and it's extending. You can see the city underneath, and the shadow of the hand sort of grows and moves over the entire city. It's a really cool shot, and it's a direct callback to that 1922 silent era Gothic time. And another moment that caught my eye was there was a close-up of Nosferatu's face, particularly the eyes, and where the lighting kind of gave it a 1920s Hollywood feel. So those were some really cool moments, and I appreciated that Robert Eggers is trying to evoke that era. This movie is all in on Gothic aesthetic. It's dark, it's brooding, ominous. Every scene feels heavy, like it's drenched in shadow. While you would expect that with Nosferatu, one of the issues for me is that I don't know if there were enough reflective and quieter moments where I can sort of connect with the story, where I can care about the characters in a way. I have personally trouble connecting when things are big and happening. It's in those smaller moments where I connect with things, and I'm not sure that there were enough of those quieter, reflective moments to break up that tension. And of course, sometimes it's that movies and films are up here and silly old me is right here, and it takes me several viewings to catch up to what's wise. And that could be the case here, of course. But without that, I didn't feel that on the first viewing anyway. And so it's harder for me to connect with what's happening when I don't get those moments of quiet and reflection to sort of make that connection. And if you look at Robert Eggers' other films, I think he's done 4, but let's say The Witch, which I think is brilliant. I think it's his best film. To me, that one had this balance of atmosphere and emotional depth. So it was easier for me to connect with everything, the horror including, because I had those moments. Whereas if you look at maybe The Lighthouse and The Northman, which were good, but I kind of felt the same way about them that I did about watching this Nosferatu movie, which was while I was watching it and afterwards, I just felt, indifferent. I don't know what it is, because you watch the trailer and I get excited, and I'm driving to the theater, I'm excited, and I'm thinking about it, and I'm thinking this is going to be great. And then I just don't feel anything for it, and I don't know what it is. Maybe I've got an attitude problem. That's definitely possible. But maybe it's a me thing. Maybe I need to watch it a few more times. But that's just how I felt. So is Eggers' Nosferatu worth seeing? Yeah, sure. Especially if you're looking for Gothic horror. If you've got a taste for that, you're going to get it. Heavy atmosphere, darkness. If you're looking to connect with something emotionally in a different kind of way that I'm describing, maybe you'll be left feeling cold. I don't know. Maybe it'll take several viewings. But I appreciate what Eggers does. I think he's super ambitious. I appreciate that he's tackling classics like this, and I think his visuals are stunning a lot of the time. And there's some amazing moments in this film for that kind of thing too. So let me know what you think. Put it in the comments below if you've seen it. What did you think? Did you feel similarly? Did you feel different? Do you feel, I'm way off? Let me know, because I really am open to the idea of revisiting how I see a film. That's one of the things I love about it, is it feels like the films are changing even though it's us, but it feels like they're changing through discussion and over time. So let me know. And while you're doing that, maybe a like, maybe a subscribe. If you want some exclusive footage or video work, you can go to patreon.com/TroyRamos. Happy viewing. I hope you enjoy the film. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.